Well, hello. This is Rosa, rcgkreations. How are you doing? Oops. It's been a while since I used this digital camera that's broken tripod. Hey. We're bringing to you today. Let me move this just a tad over. I'm too far that way. We're bringing to you today we're making calzones. I've made my pizza dough. I will put a link to the video. I did this video many, I think 3 years ago. But anyway, so here's my pizza dough. This is enough to make 2 pizzas. And you make the pizza dough. I make mine in the bread machine. Okay? It saves me a lot of time. Okay, and this definitely makes enough that you can do 2 pizzas. Oh, I've actually got 2 more that are ready, and I've got 2 more to make. I made a total of one, two, three, four, total of 6 pizza doughs, which is actually a total of 12 pizzas. Because hubby likes his pizza, I like mine my way, so we each make our own. So we always do 2 pizzas, and then we have the leftovers for lunch. I'm just trying to scrape up all this extra flour when I was getting everything ready. Make sure you start off with the clean table so you can do exactly what I'm doing. I'm just rolling my dough out to soak up all this excess flour. Okay, sprinkle a little flour. Because we don't want it to stick to. I'm just using a pastry mat. That's all I'm doing. And I'm just doing a little bit of kneading. Nothing major. Rolling it into the dough. It's got a really good consistency. Did I pronounce that right? Let me know if I didn't. But I think it is, and I'll be able to manage and work with it. It feels good. Let me add it. That's a little on the sticky side. And of course, the more you work with it, the more it gets sticky, because the middle part is still sticky because it didn't have flour on it. Okay, so I think we're good to go. So it feels good anyway. Let me put it that way. This is one of these things that the more you practice, the more you do, the better you'll know and you'll feel, and you'll know what it's like. Okay, where did I put my? I just had my little thing to cut my dough. Where did I put it? Oh, sitting right here on top of my container of flour. Now I use all-purpose flour and rice flour. The recipe calls for 4 cups of flour, so I do 2 cups of all-purpose, 2 cups of rice. Can I cut this in half? Put this over to the side. And if you want to, if you think you're going to be a while, put it back in your pan, put the towel back over it so it doesn't dry out on you. But this is going to go by really quick. Okay, now I'm just going to shape these into dough sizes. Okay, so let's go about right in the middle. This is just me. This is just how I do it. You do how you want to do it. You just want each piece to be the same size, okay? Now, as you can tell, this is a little bit smaller than the other ones, but that's okay because I don't need as much as hubby does, so I'm good with that, and that's fine with me. Okay, so we're not going to roll anything out. You can if you want to. I personally don't want to. I'm just going to stretch it out with my fingers. You want it about 1/4 inch thick. You don't want it too thin, but you don't want it too thick, because if it's too thin, it's going to fall apart, and all your fillings is going to ooze out of it. Okay, let's get a little bit of flour there. That's the reason why you want to flour your tabletop or mat, whatever it is that you're using. It's totally up to you. You use what you've got. Now, I'm not going too much for shape because I cannot make a circle for nothing out of dough. I'm still not that much of a baker, and I tend to continue making what hubby and I enjoy. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Let's take a look. If you can see through it, it's too thin. Okay, nope, I can't see through it, but of course, it just, every time you pick it up, it does tear on you, so I gotta fix it back up again. That's okay. Remember, this is just dough. It's very forgiving. And as long as you can work with it, as you can see when I'm, oh, you know, you can't see me. Let me move over here. I can only go this camera so far because it's the broken tripod. Let me move this over here. Okay, there you are. Okay, now I just broke it where I moved it. My timer just went on one of the machines. It's ready to roll. I'm just going to leave it sitting there until I'm done with this. I have my recipe right here. Okay. Nope, it's supposed to be a good round, even shape, but I'm okay with it. It's not. Because what you're doing is you're pressing down and you're stretching. If you want to, you could use your rolling pin, but I think the dough tastes better if you do, because this is what I do with regular pizza. We don't roll out the dough. Hubby's Italian, hence the name Giota. And when it comes to Italian food, I keep my mouth shut and I just follow his lead. Okay, now I think I'm pretty much even shape. Yay! Okay, got me some pepperoni, got my cheese, and I got my pizza sauce in the up in my jar. We're going to be using Parmesan smoked cheddar. I love that flavor, and we're going to be using just a regular old American cheese that I've already pre-cut to save on time. And I didn't do my pizza sauce. We're just going to be doing this one here. I think I've only got one jar left of my homemade pizza sauce. Oh, bear with me. I need to go get a grip. I'll be right back because I got to open this jar. I lost you there. I don't know what happened. I don't know what. It was recording. All of a sudden I lost you. I went to go look and I lost you. I'm just wetting my fingers. I don't know what part I lost you at until I go to edit. So I'm just wetting my fingers so the extra layer of dough sits on top. And because that's kind of yucky looking, I can always put it on the bottom. And no one won't even know I messed it up. Okay, there we go. And I'm just stretching it a little bit. And of course, like regular pizza dough, it's going to swell in the oven when you bake it. And then I'm just going to roll this up and twist it. Trying to do a little pretty design. Roll it up and twist it. And you should have enough dough. I can see some of my dough is coming out. My sauce is coming out. You don't want to move this until you're ready to put it on your cookie sheet. And I'm just rolling it and pinching it together. Let me get some more water. Roll and pinch, roll and pinch. Roll and pinch. There's a piece there that just doesn't want to stick. It's dough, but that's okay. It will stick. Just gotta add a little bit more water. You don't want a whole lot of water. You just want to barely dribble your fingertip with the water. Let's smooth that in. I had it too close to the edge. Okay, I need some water here. I need some water here because I want it to stick. Got a little too much water there. You can make these any shape you want. As you can see, mine's not really overly gorgeous. Well, my first one usually isn't. Usually the third or the fourth one turns out to be a lot prettier because I'm getting the swing and the roll of tossing and filling, because you don't want to overfill either. Then you're going to brush this with oil before you put them in the oven. So let me stop you. I'm going to go get my cookie sheet, which is on the, I got a piece of parchment on a cookie sheet. Then I'm going to put this on top of it. Then I'm going to brush this with oil, and then we're going to put them in the oven and we're going to bake it. Then we'll get to do the taste test. I'll bring you back. Okay, we're back. Got my cookie sheet. I'm going to put this over here. I don't have enough room in this tiny little table. Okay. Let's pick that up. Oh, the back of the thing. I got it. Look at that. See how it's broken? I'm going to take this little baby one and I'm going to piece it together. Man, oh man. Because you don't want that. It'll just ooze all over the place. Let me get my fingers wet. I'm going to get this wet. And then let me pinch it. The one good thing about this recipe is because it makes so much, you've got so much dough that if you have mistakes like this, it's not really, yeah, it is a mistake because I stretched it too thin. Okay. Yeah, you can kind of sort of see me, sorry, but I've got such a tiny little kitchen. I have to work with what I have. Sorry about that, but here's the dough. Let's smooth that out. We're having to piece this calzone together. But it'll still work. It'll just look a little funny. And you can make your calzones round, oval. It doesn't have to be like a half a circle shape. It's however you want to do it. Because as far as I'm concerned, since it's just me and hubby, I'm not so worried about the look. It's the taste. And I know that this dough is fantastic because we love this dough. Okay, here's the other end. And I'm going to put that face down. Okay. Yep. I've got enough dough here, but it's a little forgiving. It is forgiving, which is really good for me right now. And I'm going to leave all this. I'm not going to edit this out. Because you know what? This is part of life. I've done these I don't know how many times. And it just it just happens, you know. I thought I was paying attention on the thickness I stretched the dough out, but I guess I wasn't because it stretched out. Okay, so I think I'm good to go with that. Let's get this in here on the cookie sheet. Look, it fell apart. See that? You can see that. See where it fell apart? I'm going to have to add more of this dough. It's a good thing I have this extra dough. Get a little bit of flour so I can work with this. Because my fingers were wet from letting it stick. And now I need to get it. The good thing with dough is it's all workable. And you can do, because you can stretch it, you can work with it. You're good to go. See? And I'm just pinching it all together so it all stays together. And I'm not going to move it. It's going to stay where it lands. It's where it lands, which is right where it's at right now. So is this the prettiest looking one? No. But does it taste good? That's the biggest thing, is does it taste good? So it is what it is. Let me just I'm just rubbing my hands together to get the excess dough off my fingers so I can start working with it. Okay. Now I've got my little pastry brush, and I'm going to coat it with the oil. This is just regular olive oil. Okay, I think I'm going to need to get me some more olive oil for the other one. Okay, I'm going to pause you, and we'll bring you back, because I could see, look at that, the cheese is right there coming out. And I got to pin. Okay, I covered it up. I pinched it, so I think I'm good to go. Yep, I'm good to go. Okay, we'll bring you back when we come to do the next one. I got to clean my hands a little bit so I can start working with the other dough. We'll bring you right back. Okay, we're back. I'm going to go ahead and roll this next one. It shouldn't have to roll it, but for some reason, now it's very, very humid today because it just poured rain today. That may be a factor. I really don't know. Again, I'm not a baker, so I couldn't tell you. Okay, yeah, you can see me. Let me move this pan so you can see. Okay. You want a circle shape or you want an oblong shape. It's totally up to you. And since I don't know, I still haven't mastered how to make a roll of dough into a circle. I'm going to leave it a little bit thicker than the other one was, just in case. Let me add a little bit of sauce. And I'm going to try not to go to the very edge like I did the first one, because as it heats, it will... Oh, let me turn my oven on. I forgot to turn my oven on. Oh, there's my bread machine. That pizza dough is about ready. Okay. Hubby likes a lot of sauce. Let me give him some extra sauce. Okay, the dough's ready. And let me get my oven on. So by the time I get to this, the oven will be ready. 475. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm back. Let's get some he loves pepperoni, so I'm going to give him 2 layers of pepperoni. You can lay it flat, you can add other seasonings, you can add other vegetables, whatever you want to fill it with. This is kind of a fun one to do as a family, and then each one can fill it up the way they want to fill it up. Okay, I know he likes this smoked cheddar cheese. And he loves tons of cheese. Over here out of the way. Okay, now let's see if I can flip it over and without it breaking. Okay, yep. So for some reason it's forcing me to roll the dough out, which is what I typically don't do. But that's okay. We're gonna work with what we have, and I'm gonna blame it on the weather. It wasn't me, Rosa. But I'll be honest with you, I really don't know why it fell apart. Okay, so let's roll this part over. Get my fingers a little bit wet. I don't want to get both hands wet. Okay, that looks good. Let me just pinch the edges. And that's, yeah, it's a lot easier to maneuver. It's a lot easier. And then look, see, there you go. Nothing happened there. So we're going to just bake it just like that. And I'm going to put these in the oven as soon as the timer goes off, saying that it's ready. And these other ones I'm going to flash freeze individually on a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper. And then we're going to be able to pop them in the oven because it doesn't take no time at all. It's what, 15 minutes? Yeah, it's only 15 minutes. I personally would rather have a fresh cooked calzone than one that was already pre-cooked, because you could do it pre-cooked or you could do the raw, whichever method. It's up to you. Let me add some more oil. And if you do the pre-cooked one, as soon as you made the shape of your calzone and it's sealed, do not add oil to it. Lay it on the cookie sheet on top of parchment paper on top of the cookie sheet, calzone on top. Stick them in the freezer. Flash freeze it for about an hour because you want it to get totally frozen, all of it. Then you move that into your freezer container. I use these resealable freezer bags. Is what I use. I have tons of these that I ordered because I used to do a lot of, last year I did a lot, but this year when I got into the garden last year and the garden took over me, my baking and my cooking has been on the back burner, and I'm needing to get back. I want to get back to my cooking and my baking. Okay, so those are done. We're going to wait for the oven to be ready, so let's go ahead and let's add a little more flour. And let's just continue rolling. Okay, let's get that on there so I can maneuver that. Okay, let's turn it around. Oop. There's a piece of hard flour from that other batch. Yep, this is a rolling day. It's not going to be a hand press day. But I could see that one on the middle there. I need some more dough. I'm just going to roll the outer edges so they're not so thick. I'm not going to mess with the center part. See, I just cannot get a... See my shape? It is not circle. It's not a circle. Okay. Let's get the pizza sauce. If you hear something, that's the dehydrator. I harvested a bunch of herbs yesterday, so I'm dehydrating them. I got more than enough that I need, so I'm sending those to the granddaughter in another state. She got it packaged a week ago for me. She loved it. She goes, "Grandma, I'm using my, look at me." She showed me a little FaceTime video. So they're going to go to her. Nobody else in the family wants any, so, oh well, to each his own. I know you're ready for me, timer. That's my bread machine telling me, I'm ready, come and get me. Okay, let's get his cheese on his. I like this cheese too. So does it really matter if he gets it or I get it? It didn't make a bit of difference. But this is a very filling meal, and you don't really need any side dishes or anything with it unless you want to. But we never eat any sides with it. This is our entire meal. Either lunch or dinner, not breakfast, dinner. Now you can do the same thing with breakfast dishes, like with a sausage, sausage with vegetables, onions, bell peppers, cook everything together, crumble it all up, add some scrambled eggs with a little bit of cream in it, or you could do a little cottage cheese, and then mix it really well with the mixer so that you mixed up the cottage cheese. But that's a great filler to fluff up your eggs. I'll do that on another day. And see, that just rolled up just fine. That just did good. So now let me get my edges wet. And then I'm going to start rolling. Because all we're doing is rolling and pinching, rolling and pinching. All we want to do is seal it so when it bakes in the oven, it doesn't fall apart. I think my first one's going to fall apart, but we'll see. And I'm okay, because you know what? It's on parchment, so I don't have a whole lot of cleanup that I have to mess with. And I'm okay with that. I'm good to go with that. Alright, yay! She's a little bit prettier than the, definitely, I told you, about the third time you start getting better, because you start getting into the swing of things. And I'll show you in just a second. As you can tell, here's number 1, here's number 2, and there's number 3. Big difference. Okay, we're going to bring you back when we get I'm just going to pop them in the oven, 15 minutes, and then we'll let it cool off for about 10 minutes, and then we'll do the taste test. And I'm going to go ahead and have these put up because these are going to be frozen. They're not going to be cooked. So I'm going to put these on a baking sheet, parchment paper, lay this on top, then I'm done. I'm going to flash freeze them, and then I'm going to pop them into a freezer bag. Okay, we'll bring you back when you come do the taste test. Oh, my timer just went off. Yay! Okay, we are back. A taste test. Okay, it's cool. I'm just checking to make sure. Here they two are. Woo! Here they two are. Of course, my boo-boo one right here. The pretty one over there. Let me pick it up for you. Look at that. That one turned out pretty. Look at the back. A little scorched, but we're okay. Hubby said he wanted a big one for himself. See, this is what it looks like. It's a little scorched, but not much. But the biggest thing, like I told you, it's the taste. The looks, yes, are important, but I'm such a new baker. I'm not at that point yet. Okay. So let's taste and see what it tastes like. I want to get the middle, not so much dough. I love my pizza crust. Very, very, very good. See that? Cheese melted, pepperoni. Oh, let me slice this up. The juicy comes out. Look at that. See that? Yummy, 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 yummy. So, I will tell you, The trick to all of this is the pizza crust. Find a pizza crust that you and your whole family loves. Stick with it. Save it. Save a copy of it in the computer, just in case something happens to your paperwork. So you'll always have all the right ingredients, because one little thing can throw everything off, and the flavor and the texture is off. But so, as far as I'm concerned, this is my version of a homemade calzone made with my homemade pizza crust, made from scratch, inside the bread machine. And I get to do double, because I got two machines, so I get to do twice as much. Then you freeze the raw dough, wrap it in plastic wrap two times, one over one side, one over the other. That way the whole, all of it is totally sealed in the plastic wrap. Then stick it into one of your freezer containers, freezer baggie, whatever it is that you have, or if you don't have any of that, just wrap it in foil. Make sure it's wrapped all the way around, really good. So twice with plastic wrap, once with foil, and then you should be good to go. And don't forget, label it. What it is: pizza dough makes two pizzas. One dough makes two pizzas. Now, if you wanted a big pizza, like an 18-inch, then one dough would make that. But I don't have, that's too much pizza for me. So we split it into two pizzas for me and hubby. So this is our version of homemade calzones. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye.